Hi there, gorgeous! Hope you're doing fabulously. You may remember a video that I published not too long ago. It was a tag I participated in about the 10 items I would purchase immediately if I were to lose all of my makeup. This was a tag that was created by Emily Noel 83, whom I absolutely adore. I thought the tag was brilliant, and I know I really enjoyed reading your comments of which items were your most loved and ones that you would repurchase immediately. And there were a lot of questions actually on that video from many of you asking, okay, you got your makeup items here, which tools would you replace immediately if you were to lose them all? So I thought that would be an interesting concept for a video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 makeup tools, everything we use to apply and do our makeup with, that I would repurchase immediately if I were to lose them all. First makeup tool I would replace instantly would be the Beauty Blending Sponge. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this expensive piece of foam really worth it? Yes, it absolutely is. And I'll tell you why. Real Techniques makes a sponge that is very comparable to it, both in the results that you get, and it's much cheaper by comparison. However, I have had so many Real Techniques sponges that have ripped and fallen apart 10 times faster than my Beauty Blending Sponge. And I have about 3 of the Beauty Blending Sponges that I've had for various time frames. The longest one I ever had was about 3 years, and I never had any rips with it whatsoever. I mean, I take really good care of my sponges, so they do last a lot longer than they probably should. But I will just tell you, the quality is excellent. Even though you're spending 20 bucks on this fancy little piece of foam, it really does last and you get your money's worth out of it. Second makeup tool I would repurchase instantly, and I actually have. I have about 3 of these because I lose them and then I find them. Anyway, is the L'Oreal Concealer Sponge. Excellent quality all the way around with these. If you're looking for a smaller sponge to get in underneath the eyes, around the nose, this is the perfect one for those precision areas. And I've had one of these for over a year now, and I've not had any issues with it whatsoever. It does not stain, it doesn't tear, it's completely intact, looks great. For the price, you can't beat it. Third makeup tool I would have to repurchase instantly because I love it is the e.l.f. powder brush. This is Jet's favorite too. He absolutely loves this brush. Every time he's in my makeup room, he always goes for this brush. It's the cutest thing. Very soft, fluffy, disperses powder across the face beautifully. And what can I say? Again, excellent price point with this one. Another makeup tool I could never be without, and if you've watched enough of my videos, then you're like, yep, that's true. Because it's in all my videos all the time. I use it constantly, and I always get asked what it is when it is on camera. That is the Yves Pearl number 204 Fan Highlighter Brush. This is a dual-ended brush. On one end, you get a small powder-like brush, and on the other end is your fan brush. I typically use the small powder end for setting the concealer underneath my eyes, blending out blush on the cheeks, etc., etc. And I'll use the fan brush for applying contour, blush, highlighter, any product that I don't want to apply too much of. That is what I'll use the fan brush for, and it's great for doing specifically that. And we're gonna get into eye tools here. I have about 5 eye brushes that I could never be without. I would repurchase instantly if anything ever happened to them, and I do have multiple backups of them. First one being the Sigma E25. I use this brush specifically for outer V work. It's a very defined, compacted brush, which makes doing the outer V very easy. I simply use it in small circular motions to deposit the eyeshadow, and it blends the product in beautifully with little to no effort. This is also a great brush for applying eyeshadow in the crease, or if you want to apply it all over the lid for a smokier look. So it is one of those multi-purpose type brushes. The MAC 239. Oh goodness, I have about 4 of these because it's the only brush I've ever found that is the best for applying eyeshadow onto the lid. I can't tell you how many brushes, the flat defining shade brushes I've tried that do not stack up to the MAC 239, and I have tried to find a drugstore dupe for this brush and I've had no luck whatsoever. There's something about the bristles with this brush. It picks up the eyeshadow effortlessly, holds onto it, and then deposits all of it onto your eyes. Even if you have a really glittery eyeshadow that's hard to get from pan to eye, great brush, great brush. Like I said, I have 4. The Sedona Lace EB13 brush. I specifically use this brush for blending, and it's excellent for that. The bristles are very soft. It takes away harsh edges with very little effort required. If you have bigger eyes and you're looking for a brush that's a little bigger than, say, the Sigma E25 for your crease work, this would be a great one for your eye shape also. Now for smaller eyes, me included, I really also love the Sedona Lace EB15 crease brush. This is, again, a very fluffy, soft brush. I use it specifically for crease work. It can be used to apply an eyeshadow all over the eyes for a smoky eye look. It's an all-around great brush to have and very inexpensive, I might add. Another makeup tool I would have to repurchase instantly is the Sigma E30 pencil brush. This is what I specifically use for applying eyeshadow on the lower lash line when I smoke out my looks, or even if I want a soft deposit of color there. It's the most soft brush I've ever used for this area, and I did use one from MAC for a little while. I think it was their 219 if I'm not mistaken, but I found theirs to be incredibly scratchy by comparison, and not only that, it's a lot more expensive than the Sigma brush too. So yes, if you're looking for something for this area of the eye, excellent one to have. Last makeup tool is one you are going to think I am super ridiculously crazy for owning, let alone purchasing, especially when I tell you the price point. That is the Surratt Eyelash Curler. Now this is $30 at Sephora, but before you lose your lunch, let me tell you why I specifically love and sought out this eyelash curler in particular. First of all, it's much bigger than other eyelash curlers by comparison, and it opens up much wider than other eyelash curlers. And you can probably see that in the side-by-side example I'm showing you here with the Shiseido eyelash curler. It's excellent for those who have big eyes and a lot of lashes, or if you wear really dramatic false eyelashes. And you know what I'm talking about. When you go to curl your lashes after you apply them, sometimes the really big dramatic styles will not fit into your regular eyelash curler, but the Surratt eyelash curler fits around them very easily. And especially if you have big eyes and a regular eyelash curler doesn't get all of your lashes in there, this one fits those big eye shapes, which is why I love it so much. And the curl that you get with this curler is beautiful every single time, and you don't have to heat it up. One of my favorite tricks for curling your lashes is to heat up your eyelash curler and then curl your lashes, and it acts like a curling iron on your hair for your lashes. But this curler in particular, you don't need to do any of that. It gives you that kind of curl without having to go and stick your eyelash curler under the blow dryer. I did purchase another one very recently because my other one pretty much bit the dust after about 3 or 4 years, and I would repurchase it again in a heartbeat. Your turn! Leave a comment below and let me know what your top 10 makeup tools would be that you would go out and purchase instantly if you were to lose them all. Would love to hear your choices. And if you're interested in any of the products that I talked about today, I will have every single one of them listed for you below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.